ionosphere. This ionosphere we are talking about, na? Or thermosphere. See, another phenomena of ionosphere is this aurora polaris. Aurora polaris. See, this happens, it is something like this. You must have read in your geography class, sometime in the school. Your magnetic pole. Magnetic pole. The rotation pole, let us make it like this. Rotation pole is like this. So how much angle it makes? 11 degree, around 11 degree. 11 degree. Now, suppose this is the this is your ionosphere. Ionosphere. So from Sun, these high energy particles that come into ionosphere, and when they pass through the ionosphere, they emit light. The charged particles from the Sun, it comes through the ionosphere. So these charged particles, they concentrate over this magnetic pole, both sides, like this. Since magnetic field is vertical, is vertical over pole, magnetic pole. So these charged particles, gets concentrated over the pole, are able to see, and emit light here, blue and red color light, generally blue, but red color light is emitted. So those are called aurora polaris. Understood now what I am telling? So from the Sun, these high energy particles come. They enter into the ionosphere. So ionosphere, you have things are ionized. Those ionized particles, they enter into the Earth atmosphere. So where the Earth magnetic field is maximum, near the pole. So they convert and enter into the Earth atmosphere, providing the lights, emitting the lights. So the light is called aurora polaris. So you have aurora borealis. Borealis, spelling there लेना, in the northern hemisphere, and aurora australis in the southern hemisphere, or it is called northern light. This is southern light. So this is again the ionosphere phenomenon. So this light one can see from Antarctica. If you happen to visit Antarctica in future, you can see these things, or Norway, Greenland. You can see this light, particularly during the night time, around the pole, magnetic pole. But depending on the solar activity means what? You must have heard the name sunspot. If sunspots are more, then this activity is more. So this light is visible even in the lower altitude. This light is visible in the lower altitude, lower latitude, sorry. Even Canada, what is that called? Helsinki is whose capital? Helsinki. Finland, sir. Finland. So these are the places where you can see this light, the lower latitudes, particularly during the solar fires who are active. Sunspots becomes more. Understood, na? So this is all about the ionosphere. You may get sometimes in a short note. The last one is exosphere. So 500 kilometer upward, maybe 10,000 kilometer is your atmosphere. The air is very thin there. Some hydrogen and helium ions escape into atmosphere. Most of our satellite, they move around the earth, at this height. The satellites move around the earth in the exosphere. I will not go much details about these layers. So you are more concerned about the troposphere. So far the climate is concerned, So you will go to some other chapter. ठीक है? और पूछना है इसके ऊपर about the layers in the atmosphere. So why that day, somebody, I do not know who is he. On the way he asked me why ozone holes are mostly in the Antarctica, not in the Arctic. Ozone holes are generally seen on the Antarctic, not in the Arctic. Why? I gave you why ozone holes form. Ozone hole forms because of two equations. One is chlorine is going into the atmosphere and killing the ozone. That is the fact. So ozone is everywhere. Ozone is all around the earth. The stratosphere is surrounding the whole earth. So why ozone hole is forming only in Antarctica, not in the Arctic? Arctic it is there, but it is very less. The depletion of ozone in Arctic is not so much, not as much as in Antarctic. That is why the hole is observed in the Antarctica, not in the Arctic. Why? The second equation I have told you. Denitrification. Denitrification. That means the water particle, the stratospheric cloud. The stratospheric cloud is in ice form. Ice form. They are not water particles. They are not liquid particles. They are solid particles. So they capture the NO2. When they capture NO2, so NO2 is not combined with chlorine. See, in earlier days when there was this pollution was not there, how this chlorine gas was controlled by the atmosphere. Chlorine was always escaping into atmosphere. Volcanic exertions were there. That time there was no ozone hole. Why after industrial revolution this took place? Lot of chlorine went into atmosphere because CFC. So these solid particles, by natural process, these ice particles, they hold NO2 and precipitate or sedimentation takes place. But NO2 takes care of chlorine, excess chlorine, excess chlorine. So chlorine does not attack ozone because NO2 as long as it is in the atmosphere, it will hold the chlorine. So chlorine will not affect the ozone. But now this NO2 combines with water, ice particles, and get sedimented. Understood? Na? When they get sedimented, so where the sedimentation will be more? In tropics or in equatorial region or in the pole? Pole. Because if it sedimentation takes place in the equatorial region, it will convert it to liquid. Again it will escape. So only pole the sedimentation can take place. So pole में ice particle with NO2 will fall. So more nitrification will take place. Understood? Na? That is why the likelihood of ozone depletion will is more in the pole. वहाँ nitrification होता है. मतलब point is why more in Antarctica, not in Arctic. Is Antarctica cooler than the Arctic? Huh? Why it is so? Because Antarctica is cooler than the Arctic. Why it is so? Antarctica is much colder than Arctic.
The tilt of the Arctic is like that.
Land mass. Northern circle में land mass नहीं है. North Pole has no land mass. The only ocean. Ocean maximum go up to 2 degree, minus 2 degree. But continents can go to any extent, minus 45, minus 50, minus 100. That is why Antarctica is much cooler than Arctic. Arctic has oceans. Understood? That is why the southern pole is much cooler than the northern pole. So when it is much cooler, the denitrification effect will be more. Ice particles will survive till it becomes a settle on the Antarctica. That is why ozone depletion takes place. More in the southern hemisphere, but less in the northern hemisphere. Northern, समझे कि नहीं समझे? Southern pole is much cooler. Much cooler होने की वजह से क्या है? The stratospheric clouds, ना, that's ice clouds, they bring it down to the Earth's surface. They come back to the Earth's surface. तो NO2 को लेके आ जाता है. So NO2 जब लेके आ जाता है, there is no NO2 there to neutralize the chlorine. क्लोरीन को तो क्लोरीन खा जाता है ओजोन को. बट नॉर्दर्न हेमिस्फीयर में वहाँ इतना ठंड नहीं है, तो आइस पार्टिकल्स बच जाता है ऊपर. सो डीनाइट्रिफिकेशन इज नॉट एज मच एज इट इन द सदर्न पोल. समझा ना? थोड़ा बहुत तो समझा होगा. दैट इज ओजोन होल इज सीन, लार्जर ओजोन होल इज सीन इन द सदर्न हेमिस्फीयर, नॉट इन द नॉर्दर्न हेमिस्फीयर. Remember, northern hemisphere is not that cool because of water. ये तो distribution कर, whose phenomena is this? Land is in the southern hemisphere. There is no land in the northern hemisphere. ये तो एक distribution pattern है ना of the land and ocean. It is again the tectonics plays this role. Why Antarctica was left out, but in the northern hemisphere there is no continent? Because of tectonics only. In which hemisphere more continents? Northern hemisphere more continents, but pole has no continent. Southern hemisphere less continent, but pole has a continent. तो equal mass होगा ना, तो oval नहीं करे. So this distribution the tectonic has done it. That is why many people correlate, tectonics with climate change. But the climate change which we are talking about, day to day climate change. भाई इस बार क्यों ज़्यादा रेनफॉल हुआ, इस बार क्यों गर्मी है. Tectonic does not take into consideration for all these things. Large scale climatic changes. Now we are passing through an interglacial period, warming period. Yeah, only tectonics is doing. I am passing through an interglacial period. It will take some 50,000 years or 1 million years. It will take. We are becoming warmer nowadays.
But sir, tiltation is moving towards 24 degrees.
Which one? We are coming back. We are coming back. 22 degree. So वो कौन करता है? It is not with your carbon dioxide effect. आप कितना green house छोड़ा. Many things that controls the climate. That 1 million year cycle, glacial, interglacial. That is a much more celestial effect. Then your carbon dioxide emission into atmosphere. आप जो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एमिशन इनटू एटमॉस्फेयर देखते हैं, वेरी शॉर्ट टर्म इफेक्ट्स व्हिच यू आर मोर कंसर्न, बट द 1 मिलियन ईयर साइकिल यू कैन नॉट चेंज। फिर 1 मिलियन ईयर साइकिल में क्या और होता है अर्थ में? द नॉर्थ पोल बिकम साउथ पोल, मैग्नेटिक पोल, मैग्नेटिक रिवर्सल टेक्स प्लेस। वो कैसे होता है? तो कितना चीज है 1 मिलियन ईयर वाला साइकिल। अर्थ कम्स बैक फ्रॉम 24 डिग्री टू 22 डिग्री 1 मिलियन ईयर टाइम। वो क्यों होता है? वही है लैंड एंड वाटर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन सिस्टम, यू नो। So those things are controlled by tectonics. But what we are talking about, you know, day to day climate change, weather change, these are very superficial effects, you know, very superficial effects. Anyway, those concerns to us. Understood, na? Now the ice caps are receding. Ice caps, you know, the glaciers are also receding. The ice fields are also receding. The polar areas are becoming smaller and smaller. ये जो चीज़ है इसको कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड थोड़ी कर पाएगा. इट मे बी हैविंग सम स्मॉलर इफेक्ट, बट इसको कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड कैन नॉट डू. समथिंग एल्स इज डूइंग. फॉलो दिस पॉइंट ना. Anyway, we will read those things little detail, but let us go step by step, you know. So today we will see the atmospheric circulation. Atmospheric circulation. Now, you know this diagram, very simplified diagram. You have to tell me what I should write where. Huh? What I should write here? Summer. Huh? Summer.
Summer solstice.
तो डेट्स अलग हो सकता है. So dates you just check. So this is
during December it will be close.
during
December
it will be
closer to sun.
which one? This one here. No problem. So what does it indicate? December 21. What does it indicate? Does it indicate winter or the summer? This is northern hemisphere winter. Southern hemisphere. This you understand, na? But sun rays, you know, the sun is directly here. This is what. Similarly, here in this case, this is northern hemisphere, summer, southern hemisphere. These are called what? Solstices. स्पेलिंग थोड़ा देखना. These are equinox, isn't it? So in this case, I think all of you know it, but still then I will remind you. The sun is directly over here. In this case, sun is directly over the equator. Here, in this case, I should have done here only. समझ गया ना? Clear ना? So throughout this rotation or the orbit, you know, Earth and Sun, the Sun remains within line of Cancer, that is 23 degree, and line of Capricorn. Now we will make it, you know, some sort of, you know, 30 degree कर देते. So 30 degree north, 30 degree south, sun remains within that. आप देखो इक्विनॉक्स के टाइम में इक्वेटर में, ड्यूरिंग सोलिस टाइम में इधर नहीं तो इधर. So this part is known as tropic. Because sun stays within these two lines or within these two latitudes. So 30 degree north and 30 degree south, this is receives direct sun ray. So it is heated more. Compared to the other latitudes. Understood now? No? If that is the case, it's not. It is something like this, you know. So here is. So this part receives more amount of sun's energy, more solar energy. So the atmosphere in this part, you know, is heated more compared to the other. Compared to the other. As a result, what happens? Remove it, yeah? Next point, huh? So water becomes equatorial region. The water vapor is lighter. Next is the hot air is also lighter. As a result, what happens? If you write down this point, then I will explain. Huh? See, this is 0. Huh? So from here, the hot and humid air rises like this. Hot and humid air rises from the surface to the top. And after reaching at the base of this is tropopause. This is tropopause. It becomes cooler. So then it goes towards north. It goes towards north. It does not cross the tropopause. Then it descends, you know. This is 30 degree. It descends, and from here also it descends. Then it comes back and retraces its path, you know, towards equator, forming a cell, you know. This cell is called Hartley cell. Hartley cell. So Hartley cell begins from the equator and goes to the base of the tropopause, then moves northward at 30 degree latitude, becomes further cool and comes down, because this is a cool air here. So it is heavier. This is also cool air. It is heavier. And further on the way, you know, it creates rainfall. The humid air creates rainfall on the way. So it becomes heavier. There is no water, there is no moisture in it, and further it is cool. That is why it is heavier, you know, and comes down and again retraces its path, then goes up. So this cell or the cyclicity is known as Hartley cell. Follow this point now. So Hartley cell is confined between the equator and the 30 degree latitude. ठीक है. Now if you see these things on the surface, you know,